Devadarshini. You're watching Bollywood Hungama and do subscribe to it.
Devadarshini, welcome on Bollywood Hungama.
Whoa, thanks. Thanks a lot. Feels good.
And congratulations for the fabulous response that your character, Umayal, has got in Family Man Season 2. We've been getting a lot of requests for your interview. And congratulations for this pan-India popularity. How does it feel?
It feels really good. Feel totally grateful and honored, and it's beautiful. It's a nice feeling.
When your character appears in the series, it doesn't seem that it's going to have this trajectory and this length of the role. It seemed that once she sees Raji and that's about it, and she just moves on and maybe she just exits. But you are having a very substantial role.
Okay, to tell you the truth, when they asked me first for the audition, they told me it's a 5-acre character. They said, you arrest these 2 officers. And initially, you do interview her, and then you arrest these 2 officers, you put them in jail. And then the next day, you get blasted by your senior, and then you let them off. So that was the initial one that was told to me. And also, I auditioned for that, and it happened. And then I met the writer, Suman. So when I met him, he told me the extension of this character, and I was completely thrilled because it had a lot of cute moments and it had some stunts. So the first thing he asked was, "Are you comfortable with stunts?" I was like, "Okay." They told me the gist of it, and there's no stunt there. Then he told me about the extension, and that was looking really good, and it worked well too.
Right, and JK has taken a liking for you. For Umayal, Inspector Umayal. Those are some really interesting moments. So if you can start from the jail itself, and she was a tough cookie. She was a tough nut to break.
That part was good. Especially, I really enjoyed that jail scene, where I throw them into the jail and we have an argument, and that was really cool and fun to shoot.
All right, and then JK says that just JK.
Yeah.
Not JK's or anything else. Even apart from that, when he asks you that, do you drink, ask Umayal that, do you drink coffee or tea? And she says no. So do you drink whiskey? And she's like, yes. So that's something which is a statement as well.
Yeah. So this just JK continues. I mean, it started in the season 1, no? So I guess it's a pattern of his that they've just kept it for the season 2 also. Luckily, I got into it. So that was real fun because initially when the narration happened, season 1 was not streaming. So then it didn't look really funny. So, but after season 1, when you look at it, it looks really funny when he says just JK, and when Sir gives that look, when Manoj Sir gives that look, it really works that there. And yeah. And then the night drinking scene and all, it was cool.
And you have this hand-to-hand battle with Raji as well.
Yes.
So that was extremely intense. How was the experience of being a part of that scene?
It was really good. And when they told me that I had some stunts, so I had to little bit practice running and stuff like that because I had to also look comfortable when I run. I can't really be out of breath. So yes, and I have worked with Samantha earlier. So we did some cozy scenes, I'm her sister-in-law, and we had some real intimate, we're very close to each other kind of scenes. And then here we were that's Telugu, and then here bashing each other and stunts. That was really nice. We had a laugh over it actually. I asked her, do you remember the last time we worked? We had she cries and I hug her and I pat her and I console her. So we had scenes like that. So this was something very different. And it's been, for me as an actor, it's been really long time since I did such work on screen. So I really enjoyed it.
How do you respond to the sort of accolades that are coming Samantha's way? People are loving her performance all across the world.
Yeah, she was really amazing in the show. So I mean, audience have seen that, and your heart just goes out to her when you watch her, and her stunts were perfect, and she really worked hard for that, and it really looked good. And I think she deserves all the credits that she's getting right now.
Family Man Season 2, it is I think the 4th most popular show in the world right now, which
Yeah.
is, I think, a huge deal.
It's like really huge. It's really huge, and to just think that I've been part of this show is really overwhelming, definitely. And I think I'm a fan first. Though I started working in it, when I saw season one, I was floored. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm part of season two here." And then when I saw the response for season one, and I should just blurt out to people, "I'm there in season two." When they just discuss this, and randomly I'll just barge in and say, "I'm part of season two," and okay, now they might see it. Like that was, I mean, so the excitement was there from when season one streamed. So it's been great.
You've been part of the industry, I think, for almost 20 years now, 2 decades, from what I understand. You started in 2003, I believe.
I started doing films in 2002, but I was part of television even before that.
Before that. So you've been an anchor as well.
Yes, and I've been part of series like soaps. Yeah.
Right. So it has taken you 2 decades to be known all across the country now. You are a popular name as far as Tamil and Telugu audience is concerned. How does it feel to be just appreciated and respected all across the country and wherever in the world people are watching it?
I know that I'm part of Family Man season 2, and this is going to be big. But I didn't imagine that it could be this big. When we had the team meet just before streaming, Raj had said, like, it's going to be huge. You'll get a lot of response. Be prepared. I was prepared, but this is more than that, I guess. Because, more than 2 decades in the industry. I started as an anchor, then I did TV soaps, and I got my break in films. And then a decade back, I had a good break in Tamil films, which transformed me into it started giving me slightly funny characters. So I was doing comedy too. So, and now this is a totally different dimension that has opened up, and it's huge. It's OTT. It's like all over. So this is really huge, and I'm really very, very grateful for what's happening in my career. It's not planned. It's just taken off. So that feels even more nicer.
What sort of offers have you been getting?
Yes. So a couple of months back, I already signed a Hindi film that had nothing to do with Family Man as such. It was a pan-India film. So I had signed one, and already I'm getting auditions for OTTs. And they've asked me not to reveal much right now. So I've already done 2 auditions, I guess. So it's looking good. And believe me, I'm learning Hindi lines, and it's nice.
You're learning Hindi lines, all right. And people have really appreciated the fact that South Indians they've been given a lot of respect in the series. The cultural factors which are there, be it food or language or even otherwise, it has come out quite nicely, because mostly we have lived with this demarcation that this is Hindi and this is Tamil and Telugu, and it seemed like both the languages or the cultures, they were very different from each other, and maybe they don't blend that easily. But it has blended very effortlessly in this series. How much of an important statement is that for you guys? You guys are speaking in Tamil in the series. A lot of people they're speaking in Tamil, and there's no attempt to just simplify it.
True. A lot of times I have seen a Tamilian speaking in Hindi, in like not so good Hindi or English, or but the representation here in Family Man 2 was really very realistic, I should say. And I was surprised, in fact, because I think a major chunk of the series is in Tamil, right? So I was initially wondering how would the non-Tamil speaking crowd follow this, and in case they're not able to read the subtitles, because the Hindi subtitles came much later, right? So I was, in fact, wondering, like, that was not a major thing, because I guess the scene and the milieu of it, like, just carried a tone very well. And of course, the representation, I guess we had a proper representation in the form of Muthu, because Ravindra Vijay. So he interrupts and he puts so many sentences that has been all the time in our minds. So he represents us. He represents the South. It's like kind of like that.
And how's the experience of working with Manoj Bajpayee and Sharib Hashmi?
Oh my God! Don't ask me. It's one of the best things that happened, I think. Yeah, I've been following Manoj sir's work for I don't know how long. Ever since he was in television, like Swabhiman and Badalte Rishte. Yeah, Madhavan and Sir were all there. So I guess I've been following his work since then, Satya, and like so many films. So in fact, when I got the call asking me, like, do you want to be a part of this show? It's got Manoj Bajpayee in the lead. I was like, why wouldn't I be? Why wouldn't I want to? So that was the thing in my mind because he's, I would call him a star. He is a school. He's like that to work with. Just even when we don't have shots, like even when I am not there in the shot or not there in the scene, I would just sit in one corner, just observing and watching him work. It's so good, and he's a very humble person, and it was so comfortable working with him. Of course, the first day the apprehensions were there. Oh, I'm going to work with Manoj sir, and I had googled Sharib Hashmi and like, oh, okay, he's done this, and so like right, okay, uh, there are like these Bollywood actors I'm going to work with. So the first scene was we shot together was the one where I arrest them, so that hey, and get up, and they hold the cloth on this. That was the bit we shot first. Was in the night effect. So yeah, I was very apprehensive while getting into the set, but I guess it just took 2 minutes to feel good and ease. And Manoj sir is a breeze to work with. Actually, he's so cool, and Sharib is so much fun, and he's so friendly. You can't not be friends with Sharib. He's that kind of a guy.
And Umayal is shown to be very confident. She's the one who can make the first move, and she's not.
If I can correct you, Umayal.
Umayal.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, got it easily. But I was so called as Umayal till the end of the schedule. So it's Umayal.
Yeah, I understand Tamil. They have this. Yeah. It goes. The tongue goes slightly on the end, and it's like rounded and that way. So I understand that. And how do you respond to the huge popularity of Chellam's?
It's mind blowing. And even he is like so shocked and surprised with the kind of response that Chellam got. When I watched the show as it streamed, I found his character very cute, and his entries in those vital areas was like so good. But the kind of trending that happened to him was like really surprising, and he's taken it. I mean, he's very humble. So he's taken it very nicely, I guess.
Have you been following the memes on your character?
On mine? Maybe a few. I may not have updated myself with all.
What is your thought process like when you see all these memes which are doing the rounds around your character and the show in general?
Yeah, it's the first of the kind, I guess. So it feels good. It feels funny. And I mean, when something funny is said, it reaches faster. I mean, reaches more easily, I guess. So the memes is like the best thing that can happen to a funny scene. So it's all welcome. And I get hold of memes mostly through Sharib's stories. Like he keeps posting these on his Instagram stories. So that's how I catch up with all these memes.
Right now, he's super enthusiastic and super charged up about the whole thing. Okay, and how's your family been celebrating your success? Your husband is an actor as well. Yes. Your daughter as well, I believe, is an actor as well.
Yeah, she's done one film with me. She's my younger version in one of the films.
Right. So how are they responding to your performance? And
they're super thrilled. And my husband, I should say, he's my first critic. So if he's going to say, hey, you've done a good job, or like the project is good, it's like huge to me, because he calls us play the spade. So after we binged the same night, we binged watched all the episodes, and he was like, oh my God, what a making. It's technically so sound. The writing is so good. I was just waiting for my verdict. And then like he said, and you were really good. And that made my day. And my daughter, in fact, she is extremely thrilled. She's extremely thrilled with the entire project, and She's seen me in a very different um, portrayal after I don't know how long. So the recent portrayals, I've not done anything. I've not done any work like this with who's really strong, confident, and got stunts, and And there's also the funny bits. So she's super thrilled. I have been keeping myself a little grounded, like, okay, this is part of my job. Let me not go overboard and jump up and stuff like that. I've kept myself a little grounded. But my daughter has been like actually jumping up.
There is this very serious debate going on that if Zoe comes back in season 3, so will JK forget Umayal? So that's the debate that's going on. What is your assessment?
Seriously, oh God, I'm not aware of this. I think Zoya's heart is with Milan, so JK doesn't stand a chance there. So he better not have hopes.
Okay. We have a rapid fire with you. Let's see how you respond to these questions. How would you describe your the Family Man 2 experience in a hashtag?
Hashtag overwhelming.
JK's flirting or his humor? What is more fascinating to watch?
Okay, I'm taking too much time with rapid fire. Okay, JK's flirting. Cute. It's also humor.
Shrikant Suchi or JK Umayal? Who has the better chemistry?
I'll go with JK and Umayal so that I'm seen in season 3.
When you were offered this role, what impressed you the most about it?
The confidence of the character, and she's quite straightforward and she's very powerful.
A compliment that you received for your performance in the Family Man season 2 that you can never forget.
Oh my God. I love the memes, I guess. Yeah, I'll go with my husband because he's my first critic. And when he said, "You're really good," that meant a lot to me.
Manoj Bajpayee or Samantha, who were you more nervous to do scene with?
Manoj sir, I guess, because I worked with Samantha earlier and I know her, and Manoj sir was like, he initially looked huge, but then he was so sweet.
What is the biggest myth about South Indian amidst North Indians?
A lot of things, the food and the accent of Hindi or English too.
Based on your working experience with them, what fascinated you a lot about the following people? Manoj Bajpayee.
Too humble, and as I said, he's a school by himself. There's a lot to learn from him.
Sunny Hinduja.
He's really funny. He plays a serious character, but in person, he's cool.
Raj and DK.
DK is more technical. Raj is more in-depth. When you work with him, he gives you a lot of inputs about the character and stuff like that. Samantha, hardworking. She's really, really hardworking.
Does Umayal have a soft corner for JK?
Yes. According to me. Let me not confuse the writers.
Have you ever rejected any Bollywood film and regretted about it?
No, not yet.
You have not been offered, or?
Yeah, not got offers.
Okay.
The offer I got, I have already signed it up. So, yeah.
Okay. Was any scene of yours removed in the final edit of the Family Man season 2?
Yes, there was a scene towards the end. I don't think I can speak much about it. So, it was removed. Later, after I come back from the hospital.
Of course. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Hi, this is Devadarshini. You're watching Bollywood Hungama, and do subscribe to it.